There are three major challenges to somebody who is technically very strong and they migrate to people management role. What are those three challenges? Number one, they'll find very difficult to connect with people. That's a big challenge. Second, they'll find very difficult to lead people. That's the second challenge. Third, they'll find very difficult to effectively communicate and diffuse the difference of opinion. Well, let me give you one case study. One of my clients who was having 11 years of experience, technically very strong. In fact, he had 2 patents on his name and he was promoted to a people management role where he was having a techno-managerial role. And he was totally burnt out because he was feeling that people are playing politics with him. What they say, what they do doesn't match. What they commit and what they deliver doesn't match. And he felt like people are not listening to him and there's always communication gap, there's unnecessary stress, and he was like feeling, let me go back to my technical role as an individual contributor. But before that, he approached me up and we started doing a coaching session. In my coaching session, I started doing evaluation. What is the real challenge? And after doing his assessment, what I found was in the leadership component, out of 8, he was struggling with 5 parameters. For an example, he was struggling to relate with people, he was struggling to connect with people, he was struggling to influence them. So like this 5 parameters are missing in the leadership component. Then I went deep dive, why is this missing? And I did another assessment for him. What I found was his personality was highly analytical. And because of his analytical mind, he was finding very difficult to trust people and work with them. So he was never investing time with people. So I started his coaching program. So I made a schedule for him that first 3 months, let us work together and help you connect and bringing bonding with the people. Because unless this is happening, there is no way you can go to leadership level. So we started working together. In 3 months, what are the first few things I trained him? So I trained him in a lot of ways how to connect. There are connecting principles, what are the connecting practices. So one of the module I taught him was having this as a summary. What I said was, whenever you meet from now on people, the first thing you should do is change your paradigm. Do not think that it is a wastage of time. Intentionally schedule meeting with people. After meeting with them, rather than worrying about the agenda of the task or something else, start connecting with people. How do you connect? So I gave him a checklist. See this. One of the checklists I gave him was FORM. Family, occupation, recreation, and message. What it means is, if you're working with somebody, you should know something about the family. If you do not know anything, I should just ask him, do you know how many brothers and sisters they are? Do you know who all belong to his immediate families? He was like clueless. I don't know about it. I said, you should know it. Then I said, what all they do beyond the job? I mean, what is their real passion? What are the real hobbies? Once I started giving him one checklist, he started connecting with people. And then I gave him another checklist of 6 things you should ask to people. I said, you should know what they like, what they dislike, what are their passion, what are their fear, what are their accomplishments, what are their failures. Like this, I gave him a checklist of around 8 to 10 questions. I said, these are simple starting point to connect with people. And once you start connecting with people, what you will see is the bonding is developed. And once bonding is developed, they will start taking you as a leader. So this is just one part of the model that I'm talking. And then after 3 months of this, he started connecting well with people. Then I said, now time has come to develop you in the leadership. So I started training him in the leadership area. As an example, see, just let's say I got promoted as a manager. Now that doesn't mean that I'm actually a manager. I'm just a positional manager. Now from a positional manager, how do you transition yourself to a level where a team member actually respect you, not because of a position, but because of you they respect you and they start listening to you. And that cannot happen automatically. You have to work hard for it. You have to put effort for it. I started training him. And that was my another 3 months of training. How to transition from position to permission, to production, to people development, to an inspiration. There are 5 simple steps of transitioning yourself to leadership. And each step, there are certain steps, there are certain modules which you have to go through. And once you learn it in 3 to 4 months, you are transformed. And the outcome, in 7 months, I'll tell you what all he got as the outcome from this whole curriculum which I trained him. First thing he got was fulfillment, satisfaction, happiness. Because when people are around and he can connect with them, he starts seeing that people are listening to him more. They're responding to him more. And that gave him satisfaction, a feeling that, man, he is doing something good. Second thing, his influence towards people increased. His communication increased. He was able to resolve conflict in a much better way. And needless to say, he was happy with his job. Now coming to you. If you are watching this video till this point, that means you are enjoying this content. It may be relevant for you. And if you are transitioning yourself from technical to a people manager role, or in people manager role for some time and finding these difficulties or some points of this are connecting with you, then let me tell you what good news for you. This is a learnable skill. Just like you learn any technical skill, this skill is learnable. You don't have to worry. Just have to dedicate some time to it and some mindset to it. If you're technically strong, one thing is for sure, you are a growth mindset person. You're already investing in some certificates and something in technical side. Till this point, you don't believe that you need to learn human science also. Let me tell you, it's an interesting science. Along with a solid technical knowledge, if you develop people knowledge, you will be a powerhouse. You can succeed and grow at a magical pace. So do not stop, do not waste your time. Drop me a message, and if my experience can help you grow in your career and in your life, I'll be happy to be part of your journey. It was great talking to you. I'll talk to you in my next video with some another interesting content. Thank you so much.